Hi everybody, this is Lynn with another release this week, and this is our circular hat box. It was a request for a hat card, and this has actually been a happy accident. I started to design the card, made it too deep, realised I couldn't make a box for it, so then decided to turn it into a box. So this is what I've come up with. It's about 2 3/8, I think, inches deep. So you can get cookies in there, you could get jewellery, great for a watch on a little cushion. And this particular one's been decorated with the Rose Collection flowers and leaves and the little hearts that you can see. There's hearts, stars and diamonds that are actually included with the file. And the hat, instead of being just a plain brim, is actually woven. So we'll be showing you exactly how to go about that. That's just showing you that's about 2 3/8 of an inch deep. And I think it's about 3.5 inch circle. So it's a decent sized box and nice and sturdy because of the way I've constructed it. So we're going to show you how we're going to put this together. We have all the components parts cut out and ready. So this is the parts for the hat, the decor pieces, the extra strength pieces, and these are for the base of the box. So the base and the lid are actually constructed in exactly the same way. The two pieces there, one of them is quite a bit bigger than the other one. One has got an overlap and the other one is a piece that's going to strengthen, cover up those teeth inside of your box. So what I want to do to start off is just to gently draw that piece down over your table and underneath to create a curve. Okay, don't score the tab because you don't want to straighten off part of a circle. So just leave it without scoring. You're just going to glue it and then just line up the other end with the dotted line. So I'm just making sure it's lined up top, bottom, and over that onto the dotted line there. And then I'm just going to burnish inside of it. Circles are a little bit more tricky to deal with than straight pieces are, but once you get the hang of them, they're all more or less done the same way. I'm just adding a couple of paper clips there just to hold it. That's the piece that will go inside. I'm just going to pop that to one side for a sec. So this is the piece that's going to go in to create the bottom of your box. So there's dotted line all the way round, and just bend those teeth down at about a 90-degree angle all the way around. And then you're going to add glue to them all. I've just speeded this up a little bit. And then tipping it upside down, remove the paper clips. Teeth up towards you so that it's the right side of the card going down to the base of the box. Just push it down inside, holding the circular part of the box down at the same time as you push that piece down. Get it down so far and then you can just turn it over and between your finger just pinch those little teeth down on the side of your card. It's more difficult because you can't really use a tool to get them down, so it's a matter of just hanging in there. Persevere at this stage and you'll get a nicer finish at the end. So it might take a few minutes. We're just going to pop that to one side for the glue to start to bite and come to the hat part. So again, it's a cylinder, the same lid, but this time we've got fringing on and a tab. So again, I've rolled this off the end of the table, exactly the same as I did the other piece, and I had it pinned with a paper clip to hold it in the circle, and I'm again just gluing the tab part. So attaching the tab to the dotted line, and you'll find that the fringing will line up at the bottom exactly the same as all the other pieces. So just get that down, and again I'm going to add a paper clip just to hold it for a sec. So that's ready to move to the next stage once that glue's taken a bite. There's about 2 3/8 of an inch there, so it's a similar height to the base. I'd leave that to dry for a minute before you move on to the next section. So we're now going to add the lid exactly as we did for the box base. So again, I've bent all those teeth down at about a 90-degree angle from the dotted line, and again we're adding glue to all of the teeth. I need to turn that upside down, removing the paper clip first. So you've got the fringing on top, teeth facing up, and again just push the lid down to the bottom, pushing down the outer part at the same time as the box. And like I said, it's worth spending a couple of minutes just getting this to fit. You don't want any of the teeth showing through at the top of your lid. Keep popping up there if you can see it. So it's just a matter of keep pushing down until your glue takes a bit of a bite. Turn it upside down, and you can just make sure that everything's where you need it to be before you leave the glue to take. There is a matte layer that's going over the top of this, so it's not absolutely desperate that it has to be perfect, because you're going to cover it up. But if you're like me and a perfectionist, I like to get it as near as I possibly can. Just making sure that those teeth are down on the side. And once you're happy, just leave it for that glue to bite for a sec. So we'll just pop that aside, come back to our base, and there's 2 circles, reinforcement circles. One's quite a bit bigger than the other. The smaller one is for inside the box, the larger one's for the outside. So it's just really to give it a little bit more strength. The cardstock I'm using here is my favoured linen style, and I have found out it's about 220 grams. So this is what I actually use for nearly all of my projects. The Scan and Cut loves it, and I love it. So we're now going to add the inner layer. Now this will cover up the teeth inside. So we're just to add glue to the whole of that piece. Just squidge it in. If you just overlap it a little bit until you get it inside, and then let it go, and you'll find that it will fit. There's no overlap. If the base has gone together as it should have done, there won't be any overlap. But again, it's not dire if it's not quite there. Again, it's a matter of getting the 2 pieces lined and in together. And I'm just going to add a few paper clips again until that takes a bite. So the teeth are all hidden once this is in. So it just neatens up everything inside, apart from giving it extra strength again. Okay, so I don't know if you can see from that angle that the edge, they line up with one another, there's no overlap. Now it's time for the insert to go in on the circle. So again, just adding glue to the whole area, and that'll be popped down inside. So you've actually got 3 layers of cardstock on the base. I think it'd be great for cookies or for jewellery, makeup, a watch if you put it on one of the little pillows. It's a really, really nice presentation box for a special gift. Don't know about you, but I wouldn't mind receiving one. So again, I'll just pop that to one side now to let the glue go off. And we can return. That's a nice sturdy box. We can now return to the next part of the hat, which is the weaving. So there's a line, a dotted line again, and we're just going to bend the fringes up at a 90-degree angle. So all the way around, just push the fringing up. There's 1 or 2. And then just lay it down. Now there's a little bit of spring there at the minute, so I'm just going to get the bone folder and just run it round against that dotted line, and it will just take a little bit of that spring away. Okay, so it's not completely flat, but it's certainly flatter than it was. Okay, now to the start of the weaving. It's a bit difficult to show this without a close camera angle, but what you're going to do is take one of the strips, bend it in half so that the left hand corner is going to touch the right hand tip of the dotted line of the next piece. Okay, so the left corner to the right corner of the next fringe piece. Don't push it, don't flatten it down completely, but just hold it in position. And then lift the next fringe over the top so that that fold goes to the underside. And you're just going to repeat it. I just stick my finger round the fold. So it's going to the right side from the left side. Left of one to the right of the other. Lift up the piece and drop the folded piece underneath. So you're just going to keep repeating that. So the left corner to the right side of the next fringe strip, and then pop the folded piece underneath before you go on to your next piece. And you're going to repeat that all the way round the hat. Almost there. Now you could leave it at this point, it will hold together quite well, but can you see there's loose pieces on the underside? They're not loose, but they are, if you know what I mean. And I found that by tucking those up, you don't have to do it, but if you just tuck the right side, just pop it up in between each one of the folded pieces, everything starts to interlock together. Now, it's not particularly brilliant on the video here, but I have put a close-up shot photograph at the end of the video so you can have a look at exactly what that little bit looks like. But it's just interlocking. Can you see the little edges coming through? It's just interlocking the whole of the woven brim. Okay, you don't need any glue, you don't need to do anything else to that. everything's held perfectly fine. And now I'm just going to burnish those folded lines down a little bit. I didn't do it in the first instance because you need that wiggle room to be able to get the pieces bent over and then pushed from the underside up. So that's the hat completed, apart from the internal, which again we're using to cover up those teeth from the brim. So that's the internal piece, done exactly as we did with the box base. So glued the whole thing, just fold it up, lap it over and just pop it inside and then let go once you get it inside, and you can push it around so that it fits to the outside. Again, there's no overlap, so it will just meet if everything's gone together as neatly as it will do. And the difficult thing is that you can't really get a bone folder into here. You can't put paper clips on, so if you've got a quick drying glue, then it will really help. Okay, so now we're doing the side decor piece, and I've used some lilac glitter card here, but because it's card on card, I'm just using the ordinary PVA glue, covering up the join line. So I'm coming away from it, and again you'll find that this will match up without any overlap. So it's just a matter of wiggling it into position, but it will exactly meet. So again, it's just a matter of housing that glue into position. And the piece for the lid, for the top of the hat. You can either put these on or leave them off. It's entirely up to you. You can decorate it as you wish, but I really like the effect that this gives. So again, just giving it a couple of minutes, just till it takes hold. Suppose you could put something with a bit of weight, tip it upside down, put something with a bit of weight on inside it until it takes hold. So there's our base of the box. Just removing the paper clips. And that slots perfectly inside. And there's our hat. All we have to do now is just to decorate it. You could actually make that a deeper box if you wanted to by increasing the base dimension. It'd be an easy alteration, so if you wanted something a bit deeper for a special gift. These are the little decor pieces that I've added, and just because they remind me of a hat pin. So there's stars, there's hearts and diamonds that I've included in the file. And I'm now going to decorate with flowers from the Tiffany collection. The one that I'd done previously has been done with the Rose collection, the leaves and flowers. So I've added stamens to some and the gems to the other. And those are the hearts that I've put on that one, the hat pins. So I'm now going to decorate this, and we'll come out the other end. I'm going to start off with a bow. So I've created an organza bow on my bow maker, and I always like to add the little iridescent beads to my bows. I just think it gives a really, really pretty effect. They're just little tiny beads, but I really like the effect. So I'm going to put that on at the join. I'm just cutting a little V on the tails. I've got it off at one side, but I like the V when it's going onto something like this. So I'm just trimming the edge. And then I'm going to decorate, and I'm going to cover up where the join was on the decor piece. So we're just hiding the join. So hot glue to the rescue. And I'm going to put it on at a slightly sideways angle. And there's our hat all decorated. Anyone for Ascot? I think I could wear that if it was made big enough. So there's our hat we made previously. Here are the two boxes that are belonging to the hat easel card. And there's our hat easel. What a beautiful collection. Hope you agree. Until the next time, enjoy your crafting and bye for now.